Just think, Uncle Joe. Gladys is the 5th girlfriend of Billy Joe's to get married this year.
Yeah, there's been a plague of weddings.
My, these hors d'oeuvres are delicious. Now, let's see. I'd like some of these and some of those.
Hold it, Newcomb. Ain't this the 3rd time you've been back?
I know. It's only the 2nd.
Let's see your plate. There you are, 3 X's. That's 3 times.
Joe, the X's were from the last wedding. You're using check marks for this one.
Who washed these dishes?
You did.
Don't try to erase those marks yourself. I got you spotted.
Joe.
You know, people at weddings are all alike. They try to get back in free food what they lay down in present. You have to use some system to keep the hotel from going broke.
Weddings. Yuck.
Mom, I need a refill.
Huh, they're eating them faster than we can make them.
Uncle Joe needs a crayon.
Is he marking plates?
Mom, isn't Gladys Knockelheimer a dream?
I'll say she is. She's even a prettier bride than Susie Murdoch was.
And she was even more gorgeous than Florine Cook.
And Florine is even more stunning than Norma Jean Plum.
Oh, brother. If Gladys Knockelheimer's so pretty, how come when she graduated they refused to put her picture in the school yearbook?
Well, all brides are beautiful on their wedding day. Now, also, her guests are hungry, so would you mind taking those trays in?
Well, see you later.
Where do you think you're going?
We'll have a ball game over in Thompson's pasture.
You're not leaving until the bride and groom leave.
Mom, they're just going on their honeymoon. I've got something important to do.
You are going in there and paying attention, so you'll know what to do on your wedding day.
Mom, you're so funny.
Gladys, let's go.
Oh, just a minute, Bernie. I've got something important to do. Are you ready, girls? Okay, here we go.
No, you're next. You're next.
Next?
You got the bouquet. You're next to get married.
Married?
Billy Joe.
She's upstairs taking a bath, Floyd.
Oh, I couldn't go up there.
No. What do you want to see her about?
Well, she got a postcard from Gladys Knockelheimer. I mean, Mrs. Bernie McKenzie.
Oh, fine.
She says, quote, "This is our hotel in Beaver Falls. The arrow on the other side points to our room. We are having something."
Floyd, where's the card?
Now remember, we are having a wonderful time. And guess who is staying right across the hall?
Who?
I don't know. That's when Gladys's card blew out of the cab.
Well, I'll see that Billy Joe gets the message.
Thanks, Kate.
Sure.
Oh, I forgot something.
What?
Unquote.
You about finished, Billy Joe?
Yes, ma'am.
There's an awful good bill at the Pixley Bijou Saturday. How about you and me taking it in?
That'd be nice.
You missed one. This one and there's another one. Yeah, it's a triple feature. I think you'll like it. It's the Blob Goes Surfing at Waikiki, plus the Robot Martian A-Go-Go. You got something on your mind?
Mom, when I get married, will I have to give up my room?
Well, usually it's the bride go. What brought that on?
I caught the bouquet.
Well, just because you caught the bouquet doesn't mean you have to get married. It isn't a law. It's a custom.
What about Gladys Knockelheimer? She caught Susie Murdoch's bouquet.
Well, that was a coincidence.
And Susie caught Florine Cook's bouquet. And Florine, a month before that, caught Daphne Faye Cadwaller's bouquet right here in this hotel.
Well, I know, but that doesn't mean it. You see, it's just coincidence.
What happened 6 weeks before you married Dad? What happened, Mom?
I got the bouquet.
I'm doomed.
Is she doomed or is she's just trying to get me to finish the dishes.
For 16 years, we've been happy together. Now it's all over. And why? Why? Because you had to catch that stupid bouquet. Pretty soon, a perfect stranger will come through that door and take me away from my home and my sisters, my uncle, my mother, and my best friend. Why did it have to be me? Why not Billy Joe or Bobby Joe or the others? They were right around the bride, just asking for it. And I was clear across the room. Why did Gladys Knockelheimer have to have such a good arm? When I go away with whoever it is, and whenever I go, and wherever I go, remember, we'll always be friends.
Would you tell your friend that there's some ice cream and cookies on the table downstairs in the dining room?
Mom, how can you talk about food when I'm facing a crisis?
Joe, what's the matter with you? You're usually so sensible.
Mom, this is marriage. That's nothing to be sensible about.
But, honey,
It's time you and I had a frank mother and daughter talk.
Yes, it's just about time. And, young man, you better leave the room. Out! Now, Betty Joe, in the first place, you're only 16 years old. In the second place, you're still going to high school. And in the third place, I don't think you're even interested in any particular young man, are you?
No.
Well?
Mom, what's marriage like?
Well, it's when two people meet and they're attracted to one another and they fall in love.
And?
And that's all there is to it.
What do you mean that's all there is to it?
Well, then they get married.
And that's all?
There's just a little more to it than that.
Like what?
Well, if you don't eat that ice cream, I'm going to melt. I mean, the cookies are going to melt. I mean, come on. Get going.
I finished my homework.
Well, good.
Sure is a nice night.
It's lovely.
It's a keen night to hunt bullfrogs.
Yeah.
Mom, how do you pick a husband?
Wouldn't you rather talk about bullfrogs?
Mom, husbands are more important than bullfrogs. Aren't they?
Oh, indeed, yes.
Well, then,
What's the question?
how do you pick a husband?
You don't pick a husband. He picks you.
Oh.
After you've picked him. Of course, you don't let him know you've picked him.
Oh.
It isn't easy to explain. You see, you watch a man and you look for his good qualities.
Then I better cross off Doug Kiefer. Oh, he's got a terrible batting average.
That isn't quite what I meant.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, you have to have a good basis for marriage, a common interest.
Oh, well, that makes it easy. I'll marry Arthur Baker.
Who's Arthur Baker?
I've told you about him. He's second baseman on the Hawks. And since I'm shortstop, we'll make a great double play combination.
Betty Joe, I'm not getting through to you. You talk about marriage like it was the World Series. There's more to it than that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Well, it's two people finding each other, loving each other, and being happy together. Marriage is the most wonderful thing in the world.
Well, if it's so wonderful, how come Uncle Joe and Charlie and Floyd and Mr. Drucker never got married?
Well, you just never met the right woman.
Oh. Mom?
Yes?
Well, how will they know if they find the right woman?
Oh, they'll know. It may be too late, but they'll know.
Hey, Myrtle, did you get the answer to the fifth problem in today's algebra? Hey, Larry, did you get... No. Hey, Betty Joe, I got a question to ask you.
Well, you can just save your breath, Doug Kiefer. With your batting average, I wouldn't marry you if you were the last man on earth.
Nice tag, Betty Joe.
Thanks, that was a good throw. Will you marry me?
Sure. Hey, I bet you don't get this one.
Hey!
When?
When what?
When will you marry me?
Are you kidding?
No.
I can't get married yet. I still got that paper out.
Oh. Well, in that case, I guess I'll have to ask somebody else.
I'll have you know, my Albert is too young to get married. Much too young. Do you hear?
I agree with you. Your Albert's only 16.
And your Betty Joe is too young to get married.
You're right. You're absolutely... won't you sit down?
Well, then, if you agree with me, how come you let Betty Joe ask Albert to marry her?
She didn't.
She most certainly did.
Well,
I don't think this is a laughing matter, Kate Bradley.
Well, I just don't understand Betty Joe doing a thing like that. Your Albert must have misunderstood.
Kate Bradley.
Oh, Wilma Blodgett, how nice to see
My son Kenneth is going to be a doctor in spite of anything that you can do.
I'm not trying to stop him from being a doctor.
Oh, no? How is Kenneth going to medical school if he has to support your daughter?
My daughter?
Hey, Bradley, I want to talk to you.
Mrs. Hennessy, your Stanley's going to have to wait because her Albert and her Kenneth are ahead of him. Answer me, young lady. Did you ask Albert Jessup, Kenneth Blodgett, and Stanley Hennessy to marry you?
Well, sure I did. And they said they'd let me know after they checked with their mothers.
Well, they checked with their mothers, all right. I had a most interesting afternoon, I can tell you. Betty Joe, you can't go around willy-nilly asking boys to marry you.
But, Mom, I was just following your advice.
What advice?
Trying to narrow it down to boys I have something in common with.
What you have in common with somebody today, you won't have 5 years from now.
Why not? I'll feel the same way in 5 years as I do now.
Teenagers. And Kate Kennedy thinks they have complicated equipment.
Enjoyed that. It was so much fun. Mom, you shouldn't have waited out.
I was reading. Well, you don't think I'm one of those mothers who waits up to find out everything their daughters did. Now sit down and tell your mother what you did.
Nothing exciting happened on my date. Henry Brewster proposed again.
10th time.
The 12th. He just never quits.
Oh, he's a nice boy. I hope you turned him down without turning him off. And how was your evening?
Fine. This was only our second date, and Fred wants to go steady. I'd like to, but I'm already going steady with Marvin.
Well, why don't you go steady with Fred on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and with Marvin on Wednesdays and Fridays?
Now I know what to get you girls for Christmas. A computer to keep track of your beaux. Well, come on. Time to get to bed. Come on. Come on in. The door's not locked. My strength. My land. Girls, package for one of you.
Who's it for?
It's addressed to Miss Bradley, Shady Rest Hotel. Seems like flowers.
That Henry Brewster. He never gives up.
Henry never gives, period. I'll bet it's from Fred.
Well, there's one way of finding out. To the most attractive, beautiful, intelligent, smart, adorable,
Enchanting girl in Hooterville. Betty Jo Bradley.
Betty Jo Bradley.
honey, these are yours.
My. Oh, gee.
Well, who are they from?
It's signed Worshipper from Afar.
Jeepers. Betty Jo has a secret admirer.
Well, that was a fast fishing trip. Did you catch anything?
Sure did. Another present for Betty Jo.
Oh.
Hey, that's nice. New, isn't it?
Our kid's sister loaned it to me. It's another present from her unknown admirer.
The whole school's trying to guess who he is. Probably some immature child.
Child? No child would pick out a perfume with a name like Ruff.
Girls, I need your help. Should I wear the scarf I got on Tuesday with the necklace I got on Thursday? Or should I wear Monday's necklace with Friday's scarf?
Wow, is she in orbit?
You'd better prepare yourself for re-entry. Your mystery admirer hasn't sent you a present in 3 days.
He will. For me? When will it ever stop?
No, thank you.
I'm on a diet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pick which one you like. Well, if you girls change your mind, it'll be right here. Come on, boy.
Well, Uncle Joe, where is he?
Where's who?
The secret admirer.
You can forget about him. He won't show up with me on guard.
But Uncle Joe...
To get past me, he'd have to be invisible.
Uncle Joe, have chocolate.
Ooh. Those are delicious. Thanks, Bobby Joe.
Don't thank me. Thank the invisible man.
He just left it for Betty Jo.
That's impossible. These are long-range binoculars. He must have sneaked in up close. Don't worry, girls. I'll find out who it is if it's the last thing I do.
Joe, will you let up? I told you 27 times. I don't know who Betty Jo's secret admirer is.
Okay, never mind. I'll work it out by deduction. Anybody buy a green scarf here lately?
Yeah. About 4 days ago, Aldous Lembecker bought one. He had it gift wrapped.
That's our man. Where can I find him?
He and his wife are out at that new senior citizens development near Crabwell Corners.
He ain't our man. All right, who bought a rock and roll album? Music to let your hair grow long by.
A couple of days ago, Fitz Stutley bought one.
Well, that's our man.
He ain't much of a man. He's only 9 years old.
What about a necklace?
Necklace. What size?
About this big. Purplish blue rhinestones about as big as marble.
With little red beads in between them?
Yeah, that's it.
And an imitation gold clasp?
Yeah, who bought it?
Nobody bought it. I don't carry that kind of junk.
Fine lot of help you are. Might have known no secret admired by his presence here. He's trying to start a romance, not break one off. looking package you got there.
Thank you.
I'd make a present for some girl.
I don't think so, sir.
Oh, shy type. But I can guess what's in it. Ain't a scarf, ain't a necklace, or a box of candy, or another bouquet of flowers.
Nope.
Kind of a surprise present, huh?
I guess you could call it that.
Aha! Full speed ahead to the Shady Rest. We got our man.
$19. I owe you $1.98. I owe you $2.49. I owe you $2.50. I owe you $1.65. What in the world would the...
Hi.
What's he barking at?
Oh, he hears a possum out there in the woods.
Oh, he doesn't miss much, does he?
He's a real good watchdog.
Yeah. Funny, he never barks at your mysterious secret admirer. You know, your secret admirer must be pretty rich.
Yes, I guess so. I mean, is he?
Well, what do you figure these gifts set him back?
I don't know. $10 or $12.
$8.75.
What? I didn't expect you to find those so soon. I was going to pay you back out of my allowance.
So you are your own secret admirer?
Yes.
Honey, why would you do...
Billy Joe and Bobby Joe have dates all the time, and everybody I know's getting married. Nobody wants to marry me, and I didn't want everybody to think that my mom was raising an old maid.
Well, if that's what's worrying you, forget it. If all the old maids look like you, there wouldn't be a bachelor left in the country.
Hey, girl! I got him! Come here quick! Oh, no, you don't. You might as well confess. Here's the one's been causing all the uproar. Betty Joe, here's your secret admirer.
Uncle Joe.
I caught him red-handed with the next gift.
That's a present for my grandfather in Pixley.
Fine present for a grandfather. Cigars. Here, Betty Joe, here's your... Cigar. Gee, I'm sorry, kid.
I'm not.
Neither am I.
Uncle Joe, you get back on that train. You got 2 more nieces to go.
Petticoat, Junction. This has been a Filmways presentation.